Mga kapuso, karong buntaga atong sayron ang inspiring story sa amahan nga foreigner nga gikonsidera ang kinabuhi siyang anak nga si Rashid nga miracle human sa aksidenteng gikalambigitan niini ug mousay nahimong tulay sa pagtukod niya og organization kansang pagtabang niabot na dinhi sa Mindanao. Ato makahinabi si Bilal Marquez, ang founder sa Miracle Comeback Organization. Sir Bilal, good morning and welcome sa At Home with GMA Regional TV. How are you doing now, sir?
Great. I'm doing very good. It's nighttime here, but 13-hour difference, and I'm doing great.
Sir, lead us to the incident that happened over a decade ago involving your son, Rashid.
Yes. In 2008, I was a single father of 2 boys and 1 girl. And, it was very bad for me because my 2 boys got involved in gangs. Gangs were pretty bad at that time, and I was working, so I couldn't watch them all the time. So in 2008, my older son, who was 15 at the time, ran away. So when he came back, I realized I needed to move from that area of the south side of Milwaukee 4 to 5 miles more south to a nicer area. So I canceled my lease at my apartment, and we moved on August 2nd, 2009 to a nice area. And the very next day, on August 3rd, after unpacking, my 2 boys wanted to take a bicycle ride outside. But unfortunately, they lied and they went back to the old neighborhood. Rashid, who was 12 years old at the time, rode his bicycle through a red light and was hit and run over by a truck driving east. And it ran him over and it threw him into the other lane where he was run over a second time. And when I found this out, when I was talking to the detectives, they basically, they didn't think he was going to survive. And when I talked to the surgeons a few hours later, they told me what happened, that he had lost 1 kidney, half his liver, broke his pelvis, crushed 1 lung, and lost 46 pints of blood in surgery. He only had about 12 pints of blood in him, as a human being has. But that's where the story began, because they gave him a 5% chance to survive.
Sir, what pushed you to initiate a blood donation drive called Miracle Comeback?
I started organizing it in my city, and I got the title from a newspaper article that my son wrote, Rashid, back in 2010. So to me, his story, I wanted to save other people's lives. So that's basically it. He doesn't need blood. He's a donor himself now. He donates blood himself. So to me, his story is what inspired me to do what I'm doing today. And by going global, that wasn't expected. I didn't expect to go global. It just happened by the people that I met.
Sir, how are you able to influence many people from 32 countries, including the Philippines, especially here in Mindanao, to regularly donate blood?
It wasn't easy. I met Hollywood actor Elvis Tao in 2011. He played in the Clint Eastwood movie called Gran Torino. It was Clint Eastwood's biggest money-making movie. And I met him, and he joined my organization right away, till this day. And then I met Ferris Banks in Uganda online. And when I convinced him that I wasn't a scam, because that's online stuff could be a scam. And then I proved to him by videos and what we do, and he started doing it, organizing blood drives in Uganda. And from that point on, it went from Indonesia, Barbados, Nigeria, and it just spread out. People, most of them are first-time donors. Not all of them, but 80% were first-time donors. And they saw what I was doing was something that they probably wanted to do, but they didn't know what it was inside them that they wanted to do. But MCB brought that out in them. And they said that, hey, I want to join this because, I want to do something to help people. We need this in my country. This is good, and it's a unity, of all races, all religions. It's something unique.
Sir, how many blood donation drive have your organization already done here in Mindanao?
We have the collaboration with the Red Cross, like I said, and have a Katabato, how do you say that? City, Katabato, with the Muslim blood donors there. And we also did stuff in schools there too, like teaching the children. She's also promoted at some small children's schools and gave some stuff out like fans and stuff that they needed for school. But in Davao City, she's done two blood drives, with the Red Cross already, and we're working on more. But it's not easy during this pandemic. but still blood is needed more than ever.
Sir, since you're handling an international organization, how are you able to collaborate with the local government organizations to facilitate the blood donation drive?
It's the people there are doing that for me. I'm giving them information that I've done, and I'm showing the people there, like my ambassadors in the countries that have MCB, and they're working it out there. Just having to prove it's not easy. I'm not going to lie to you. It's not easy to prove to that 'cause we're not a nonprofit organization yet. Everything comes out of my pocket, but we're working on that. But step by step, we're just trying to do the best that we can. Sometimes I get overwhelmed.
Sir, how do you see the importance of blood donation, especially now that we are facing a pandemic?
I think it's 100 times more needed today than yesterday because of what's going on, and that's what I hear. The situation there, I'm sure, is much worse than here. Just going by the rules, I'm not sure. I know you've got some very strict rules going on in the Philippines, and I heard a lot of people have gotten sick. So, yeah, I would encourage people to really consider donating today. Don't wait until your child needs it, like mine, because I never donated before. Do it to help the next person, because that blood you donate might be the blood that saves your own life one day, because we don't know. We don't know what happens to us tomorrow.